What's going on, guys? Apathetic here with all your tips, recommendations, and everything in between. And today we're going to discuss why Attunement of Hunger or Bottom Tree Voidwalker deserves your attention in Trials of Osiris. Let's get into it. With the launch of Season of the Worthy also came a sandbox change, and while a lot of people have focused on changes to auto rifles and other subclasses, I was very interested in the changes made to Attunement of Hunger on Warlock. Covering those changes very briefly here. Vortex increased linger duration from 5 seconds to 7 seconds, reduced linger damage per tick from 27 to 24, increased projectile speed by 33%. Nova Bomb kills now proc Devour. With the changes to Devour, increased Devour duration from 10 seconds to 11 seconds. Insatiable kills now grant between 16% and 24% grenade energy, depending on the tier of enemy killed. Player kills are 24%. So immediately when I saw these changes, I knew I had to give this a try. And one reason I've always been drawn to Attunement of Hunger is because I made Nova Bomb in Destiny 1, and I've always longed for it to return to greatness. But at the same time, I knew I had to test it in an environment that would truly tell me if this subclass had become more viable in the Crucible. And what more sweaty place to try a subclass than Trials of Osiris. And guys, I was not disappointed. Now I'm going to cover specifically what I love about this subclass that for me and my playstyle really helped when going for that flawless run. First thing is Devour and how it impacts my overall survivability. I can't tell you guys how many times my team won rounds because of Devour's ability to keep me alive. In a game mode that is all about the first pick and playing your life, it's so critical to have an ability that literally makes you harder to kill and works in so many different scenarios. For example, I like to hold middle on burnout, and being able to not only have a rift, but also have the ability to consume my grenade and proc Devour that regenerates you to full health in a couple of seconds is huge. What it allows me to do is anchor down the middle because I draw so much attention from my ability to do damage, but also regen my health so quickly. Your enemy will have the hardest time trying to take you out, and what happens is you end up drawing a lot of attention from the enemy team, and that opens up opportunity for your team to flank and catch them off guard because you're able to take so much punishment on this subclass. Not to mention that Devour now lasts a second longer, which is not much time at all, don't get me wrong, but in a mode like Trials, every second counts, and that extra second could be the difference between me getting my health back on a kill or still being one shot and getting picked. The other way that Devour can be used to actually get away from an opponent is very useful. There's been engagements where I was super weak and I just needed to get away. I was able to run and create a little separation, pop Devour to get my health back, and even though the enemy team was able to come around the corner and hit me with a couple of shots, I was able to survive and reposition myself because I got my health back and ultimately work my way back to my team to help us win the round. This is something no other subclass can do, and it's invaluable in a mode like Trials. Another benefit of running Attunement of Hunger is the fact that not a lot of people run this subclass, and for obvious reason. Top Tree Dawn and having the increased mobility of Icarus Dash, and if you pop Heat Rises at the right time, it's definitely a top tier subclass. But the fact that not many people run this subclass, and when I mean this subclass, I'm talking about Bottom Tree Nova, actually grants us the element of surprise. As I mentioned earlier, when you pop Devour, having the extra second can be a difference between you being one shot or having full health, and that fact right there really throws off the enemy team. Often one of the enemy team will push in, and if you're able to run a little, pop Devour, then when you come back out, you're automatically full health, and this really throws off the enemy team. And if you're able to kill the enemy team, a lot of times it will call out that you're one shot without realizing that you have Devour procced and you've just got all your health back, and by the time they realize it, it's already too late and you've already sucked the entire enemy team into your trap. Now this strategy is more effective if you have a shoddy or able to quickly secure those one-shot kills and just keep pushing and moving. It could work with snipers, but typically you're not going to be in as much danger when using a sniper compared to shotgun battles where you tend to come out of the engagements a lot weaker. The next reason I really like running Attunement of Hunger is the fact that having a much improved shutdown super. In the past, I absolutely loathed the Nova Bomb super because of two things. It was super easy to dodge because of how slowly the projectile traveled, and this would cause a lot of overestimating when aiming it. But also, even if you managed to land it, a lot of the time people would simply kill you while casting the super, no problem. Now the super has received some nice buffs as we detailed earlier, and the most noticeable one is a 33% buff to the projectile speed of Nova Bomb. This directly addresses the issues I had with Nova Bomb being so easy to dodge. It's now so much more successful against supers, and this to me is important because for me, I don't like the coin toss of having two roaming supers going against each other. Having a shutdown super on your team allows us to increase the chance that we can survive an engagement with an enemy super. The other buff that directly impacts the super's ability to be effective is that it now procs Devour upon kill, and I can't tell you guys how much I love this change. You can now use this to pick one enemy, proc Devour, get your health back, go full aggro and push the enemy team with full health. This is huge because now it's not a guaranteed trade when popping the super. These two changes alone make this super so much more potent, and not to mention the fact that now, once you kill that orb with your super, you now have Vortex active, which will linger for 7 seconds, essentially keeping the enemy team from getting the res for an additional 7 seconds on top of the revive timer. And then sometimes the team will be so thirsty for that revive, they run right in, not even realizing that that Vortex ability is there yet, and it ends up either killing them or doing a ton of damage. Something else I really love about running this subclass or Attunement of Hunger is that we got to talk about Insatiable, and that's the energy you get upon kill when you're proccing Devour. So you have Devour procced, you get a kill, you get 24% energy, grenade energy specifically, back on enemy kills. The reason this is so useful is because when we pair that with max discipline or close to max discipline, it allows us to get our grenade back that much faster. And I can't tell you guys how useful having a grenade at the beginning of a round in Trials is. It allows you to set off that first pick or use it as almost a play starter, so you can use that grenade, do some damage, and that sets your team up for the push because you know the enemy is weak. Or with the new Titan exotic that allows you to shoot through the shield, having a Vortex grenade of some type to throw at that damn shield is incredibly useful, and it's pretty useful keeping people off reses. I could just go on and on about how grenades are so useful in Trials. So having an ability that gives you 24% energy back on kill, that allows us to pair that, like I said, with a high discipline build, or take some of what we would normally put in our discipline and put that towards recovery, giving us a more balanced stat loadout. So just incredibly useful. I can't tell you guys how useful in totality this subclass is for Trials. Overall, guys, I'm super impressed with this subclass's viability, and not just in Trials but the elimination playlist, just Crucible as a whole. It brings survivability, the ability to bait the enemy team and anchor down areas, and a much improved super that you might actually survive if you pop it. So is this subclass top tier? It's really hard to say because the viability of this subclass is all in your playstyle, but I will say for me, this is my personal top 3 subclasses I will lean on when playing any elimination mode. But let me know in the comments if you guys have tried this subclass and what you think. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed. And don't forget to follow me on Mixer with the link down below so we can talk some Destiny, and I will catch you guys in the next one.
Heading for 87, guy flanking behind us.
It's 2 mid. Nice. Got shots on him, Brave?
He's one shot, he's one shot, he's one shot, he's running. Good pickup. One body in the center, don't let him pick it up. He's got a lightning nade, you guys should be able to team that guy. Good stuff.
Yo, come over here.
I'm in, no. Far left is good. Sniping over there, Brave. I got bodied.
Oh my gosh.
One shot outside, one shot outside.
I'm getting right.
Yeah, I'll get him. He's jumping. Hit him once, 42. Watch for the middle push.
I'm waiting for it.
He's third personing me.
I'm coming. No man, I got stuck in the. Oh, there's 2 right there. Another one here.
Back up, I'll help you.
He's one. He's absolute. Throw a grenade if you have it. Quick, he's rezzing. What?
Yeah, that's actually like a game changer. That thing being able to.
All on that left side, Brave.
Worm husk.
Got your help. Got your help.
I got one.
I got heavy.
Oh. Nice. I try to ape with a stink.
Just aping.
Call it out. Yeah, one bottom. Careful, Brave. Careful.
My God, this guy, he still has all health. He doesn't have a shield up here.
He's one, Brave. Nice.
All right.
I'm dropping a rift. Watch our left side. Watch our left side. Watch our left side. Nice, nice, nice.
Oh, what the fuck? That got me?
I'll get him on his res. I got him.
See where I am? And that still got me?
That guy's melee whiffed. That sucks.